So imagine this for a moment. It's 6:30 in the morning, and a middle or high school student is dragging themselves out of bed. They're barely awake, they're already stressed, and the school day hasn't even started yet. They're sitting in class by 7:30, staring at the board, but their brain just isn't ready to learn yet. And now you need to ask yourself if that makes sense. Today, I would like to talk to you about something that is going to be affecting my family in the very near future, and that may already be affecting yours. I'm going to talk about why school times should start a little bit later, and why this change could make a huge difference in students' lives. So teenagers are not just being lazy when they struggle to wake up early. Science tells us that their internal body clocks shift during adolescence, which makes it harder for them to fall asleep early at night and harder to wake up early in the morning. Now, according to the Academy of Pediatrics, teenagers need about 8 to 10 hours of sleep each night, but most students get far less than that. And now this lack of sleep doesn't just make students tired, it affects everything. Sleep-deprived students have trouble concentrating, remembering information, and even controlling their emotions. Many of them even experience increased anxiety, depression, and irritability. When students are exhausted every day, school stops being a place for learning and just starts feeling like something they're trying to survive. So, what is the solution? Well, the good news is that it's very simple. Schools that have pushed their start times a little bit later, closer to about 8:30 in the morning, have seen real measurable improvements. Research from the CDC shows that students at these schools attend class more regularly, they perform better academically, and they experience fewer mental health struggles. Some districts have even reported lower car accidents involving teen drivers because students are just more alert on their way to school in the morning. So if you think about that for a second, just by changing the school schedule, we're not just improving grades, but we're improving safety, mental health, and the overall quality of our children's lives. Now let's picture two different futures. So in the first one, schools continue starting early, before 8 a.m. Students remain chronically exhausted, teachers struggle to keep students engaged, and stress levels stay very high, so burnout becomes normal. But in the second future, school starts just a little bit later. Students walk into class more awake and focused, teachers spend less time dealing with behavioral issues and more time actually teaching, students feel healthier, they're more motivated, and more confident in their ability to succeed. Now, which one of those futures sound better? Because changing school start times doesn't require new technology, more funding, or even longer school days. It's simply about listening to science and prioritizing student well-being. So what can you do? Well, parents can talk to school administrators about later start times. Students can speak up at school board meetings. Communities can advocate for schedules that actually support learning instead of working against it. And in the end, it isn't about convenience, it's about giving students a fair chance to succeed. And just understanding that when we let students sleep, we help them learn, grow, and thrive. Thank you. He's nodding his head as I'm going through. He's like, yeah, I want to go to school later.